Good morning, everyone. I'm Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. As we know, homelessness is the #1 crisis facing our city and the state of California. And working to combat homelessness is a multifaceted effort. We know that there are a number of impacts that we have in many neighborhoods throughout the city of Los Angeles. Among the encampments that many neighborhoods are experiencing, recreational vehicles and vehicle dwelling is among one of the prevalent impacts that a number of neighborhoods have been affected by. When we talk about recreational vehicles, we're talking about the big RVs that are parked in many local neighborhood and residential areas and commercial corridors. And the goal wasn't to continue to restrict and obstruct the ability for individuals to park in some of these areas, but to truly do the concerted effort and engagement that would elicit these individuals to say yes to housing. I am joined today by West Valley Homes Yes, LASA, and LA Family Housing to share with you all the incredible success that we've had in pioneering yet a new effort in my district that I believe is going to be the solution for how it can impact neighborhoods citywide. During the homeless count from 2019 to 2022, we saw an increase of 41% in the number of recreational vehicles on the streets here in Los Angeles. It was as a result of those increase in numbers that my office worked closely with the partners that we have here before you to identify a new way and methodology and approach to helping to get many of these individuals connected to housing. Often folks that are residing in these RVs don't identify as being homeless because they are in fact living in conditions that provide some of the other amenities that so often are not availed when they are encamped on the street. And so my office began working with our partners to identify a faster, more succinct way of us approaching this particular type of encampment with recreational vehicles. And we needed to figure out how to better dispose of these recreational vehicles in a manner that actually didn't just transition them to another part of the city. And so this morning, we are sharing the success of that pilot with you all. Because currently, there is no city entity that can singularly address the impacts of the recreational vehicles parked in these neighborhoods. In fact, it is essentially incredibly expensive if we talk about using the Department of Transportation or law enforcement to help address these issues. But it doesn't get to the root cause of what we're trying to address, which is ensuring that individuals are placed into housing. And so working with LASA and LA Family Housing and partnering up with West Valley Homes Yes, we created a new paradigm, a way for us to go through a strategic engagement process with individuals that are living in RVs. And we started this pilot in the community of Sylmar in my district, where we saw an incredible rise in the number of RV encampments and individuals in those locations. As you see from the numbers that we have brought before you today, looking at this initial target area, we've seen an incredible success in not just our outreach efforts, but getting individuals to agree to leave these recreational vehicles, allow us to take possession and facilitate the disposition of these RVs so that they are no longer on our streets, and getting these individuals placed into housing. And so it's taken this systematic approach, which I believe has been incredibly beneficial to not only eradicating the RVs in the neighborhoods, but more importantly, getting these individuals to agree to leaving these facilities and accepting housing opportunities that are suitable to their needs. And so I want to thank the incredible support that we had to first develop this pilot, which with funding that came from the Hilton Foundation, to enable us to begin this work. Because the truth of the matter is we don't have all the models in place right now in the city of Los Angeles to address the multitude of difficulties that many people that are experiencing homelessness are, how the conditions in which they're living. This provided us the resources to try out something new. And this effort in trying something new revealed that 37 individuals, 12 of which are currently awaiting housing placement. Over 20 RVs no longer on our streets, with more on the horizon, is a marked improvement and removing the long-standing potential public safety concerns that are associated with these RVs, oftentimes from the large scale of recreational vehicles obstructing, creating a public safety nuisance because they're often obstructing the visibility of traffic, to the potential leakage that comes from sewage that emanates from these vehicles. We are addressing a multitude of challenges that have been plagued, that many of our neighborhoods have been plagued with and have been experiencing as a result of this collaboration. But ultimately, we've got a wonderful success to show for that. One, that we're housing people. Two, that we're eliminating these recreational vehicles that are in derelict condition oftentimes and getting it off our streets and expediting the disposition of these vehicles. And so, again, 20 RVs have been removed just from our streets, 25 individuals housed, with another 12 awaiting placement, and additional RVs that will be disposed of as a result of these efforts. And so I'm incredibly grateful for the partnership that we've had with these agencies to help figure out a new pathway and a new course going forward. Because as I mentioned, with a rise in recreational vehicles on our streets and people occupying them, we've found a solution that better facilitates not moving these problems from one area to another, but permanently eradicating this and making it a win for neighborhoods, making it a win for the unhoused, and making it a win for our city and our nonprofit partners. And so with that, I'd like to now invite Brittany Hill, who is the Director of Access and Engagement at LASA, to talk more about this very unique, pioneering collaboration that we've led in my district.
Thank you, Councilwoman Rodriguez. My name is Brittany Hill, Director of Access and Engagement with the Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority. It is my privilege to stand before you all today amongst our esteemed Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez and our partners from LA Family Housing and West Valley Homes Yes. We want to stand here before you today to uplift the community organization that has begun some amazing work in the Service Planning 2 area. Our LASA outreach teams have been working hard to shelter and house our neighbors experiencing vehicular homelessness and living in RVs. We are proud to join organizations like West Valley Homes Yes and LA Family Housing, who are equally passionate and dedicated to ensuring people living in RVs can come inside. This program would not have been possible without the leadership of Councilmember Monica Rodriguez, and we look forward to working with her and with our partners like LA Family Housing to identify funding opportunities to ensure that this person-centered work can continue. We want to congratulate West Valley Homes Yes on their progress thus far, and thank Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez for encouraging and promoting person-centered work. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brittany. And again, this is a collaborative effort. This is not the city operating absent any other partners. It's this cooperative relationship that we've had with both city departments, my staff, and the nonprofit agencies that are not only doing the outreach and engagement, but helping us facilitate even just the resources to enable this pilot to have first begun. And so at this time, I'd like to introduce to you all an individual that for many needs no real introduction. She is leading one of our largest agencies that are helping to both construct the housing that we need to house the unhoused, but is also been an instrumental partner to help facilitate some of these new pioneering efforts with us. And, you know, sometimes you need the co-conspirators that help you figure out the solutions. And, you know, LASA, West Valley Homes Yes, and of course LA Family Housing has been one of our greatest partners in all of this effort. And so at this time I'd like to invite the CEO and President of LA Family Housing, Stephanie Klasky-Gamer.
Thank you so much. We are proud to be co-conspirators with you. Good morning, everyone. Again, I'm Stephanie Klasky-Gamer, President and CEO of LA Family Housing, and I proudly stand here with a friend and colleague, Kim Olson, who leads West Valley Homes Yes. At LA Family Housing, we provide housing and services to nearly 12,000 people and families each year as they transition out of homelessness and poverty. We serve as a lead agency in the San Fernando and Santa Clarita Valleys as the CES lead for Service Planning Area 2. I am delighted to be standing here today to speak both in support of the extraordinary success of the RV pilot program led by West Valley Homes Yes, as well as the critically important leadership of our Councilwoman Rodriguez in scaling the impact of this program. We are proud to partner with West Valley Homes Yes, which in a matter of months has already successfully removed 20 RVs from our streets, and more importantly, has ensured that none of the residents of those RVs have fallen back into homelessness. They have done this by powerfully centering the needs of the people they serve and building a high degree of trust that enabled those individuals to willingly give up their RVs and to move indoors. It is also a point of particular pride that in partnership with the Councilwoman and her team, in the coming months, we will be opening, in the coming months, we will open one new permanent supportive housing property in CD7 at Summit View. And in the coming years, we will open a second permanent supportive housing site at Encinitas, a former Project Home Key property. In total, 134 more permanent supportive housing homes will be available in this district to provide support and permanent housing for many of the former RV individuals. The innovative pilot led by West Valley Homes Yes, along with keys that was championed by our Councilwoman Rodriguez and her staff, along with key support from LASA and the Hilton Foundation, is a model for the rest of Los Angeles on how to successfully and humanely engage our unhoused neighbors who currently live in RVs. Again, Councilwoman Rodriguez, thank you to you and your dedicated team, not just for uplifting the work of West Valley Homes Yes, but for leading the effort in City Hall to ensure that we can advance and scale this proven and replicable model. From your partnership a couple years ago on the Bradley-Paxton Encampment to Home effort and your steadfast support of LA Family Housing's housing developments in your district, you have been a consistent and powerful advocate for our work, and we are deeply grateful. We look forward to continuing this work together to permanently end the cycle of homelessness for more residents of Council District 7 and across the city of Los Angeles. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie. And again, I find that my responsibility in my work as the representative for the 7th District is to not only address the needs for my own district, but to create the models that can be scaled up citywide. This is yet another example of that work. As Stephanie mentioned, it wasn't that long ago that we pioneered an effort that remains still to this day the single largest encampment where 100% of the individuals encamped were housed, and that was at Paxton and Bradley. It was that model encampment to home effort that then informed the efforts in the rest of the city. I believe this program and this pilot of the RV pilot in the 7th District is, again, another model that can be expanded throughout the city of Los Angeles to address the very concerns that so many of our residents have outside of the San Fernando Valley. And so it is with that today I will be introducing a motion that will expand this pilot citywide, and I will also be providing additional funding to fully adopt this model in the 7th District. And so with that, at this time, I would like to, again, my incredible gratitude to our partners. We couldn't do it without LASA, LA Family Housing, and West Valley Homes, yes. But I would also be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the incredible work of my team, without whom I would not be here talking about this today. And I gotta give thanks to Paula Basignana and Christian Tafoya, who have been instrumental in helping to make sure that this pilot was not just on paper modeled a success, but effectuated the success in our neighborhood. And it requires a very deep and connected, coordinated effort. And I'm just so proud that we are able to exemplify that in this model in my district. And I look forward to its success permeating across neighborhoods throughout Los Angeles. And so with that, thank you for being here.